Good morning. It's a pleasure for me to be here with everybody. Welcome to our specially invited guests, both here and online. I'm Stephanie Cheuk Alam from Suriname. In Suriname, I'm the head of the Environmental Inspectorate at the Bureau of Public Health, but I'm also leading the environmental health issues for the Ministry of Health in Suriname. I heard about this fellowship from different sides, both from the ministry, from friends, from colleagues from PAHO. And at first, like Shanika said, you had your doubts. I almost didn't apply. You have your doubts. Do I have the time to do this? Am I qualified enough to apply? Will I be selected? So it took a while, and then I had colleagues calling me. Have you applied yet? You better apply. Every day I get a text message or a call. Have you sent in your application? Have you written those essays? And even after you do that, you still have your doubts. Because it's such a big region. You have so many qualified people in the region. You don't know, do I fit the criteria to be part of this? So to me, it was a big surprise to get that email. You've been shortlisted and we'd like to do an interview with you. But even after the interview, I didn't really have my hopes up. So to be selected, for me, that first 4-day workshop was very interesting. At first you think it's going to be intimidating. How am I going to find the time to do everything that needs to be done? But then you meet your other fellows, you meet the facilitators, and right away you kind of feel like you're part of a big family. So it really started, you start to roll into things, you get the exercises, and for me personally, the exercises I valued the most were the ones where you really learn from your peers. For example, we had an exercise where we had to do an interview from one of our colleague fellows. Learn more about that person, what drives that person, and then come back and share that. And you learn so much about each other that if you don't get to do that, you have no idea what people are going through, what they're working on, what is their motivation to keep going. But also, it teaches you a valuable lesson in communication. So this program has allowed, for me, a way for personal reflection, but also personal growth. The skills that we get through this fellowship regarding leadership capacities, I have already been able to use in my daily job. I have now been able to reach a community that we've been trying to reach at the Bureau of Public Health for interventions before, but were not successful in. So you get the skills to break things down to a different level, meet the people where they are, build that trust relationship, and then work with them. Don't just impose your beliefs and what you want, but really go to them, have a good talk, what is important to them, what do they want, and then meet each other halfway and then work towards a shared goal. This fellowship has also allowed me to engage the health sector, to get involved in climate change and health in Suriname. Because before this fellowship, I had tried, almost given up, because the health sector is more focused on treating people, helping people. Climate change is not something that's a priority right now. So through this fellowship, you really get to engage the people, sensitize them, get them aware of why climate change is also very important for health, why health has a role to play in the issue of climate change. And really, I got the discussion started. What can we do? What are the impacts that the health sector is already experiencing related to climate change? And then for me, and I think the PAHO country office, that was a good starting point. We got a momentum going to really get the health sector involved so that we now can move on to the intersectoral workshops and meetings to work towards Health National Adaptation Plan for Suriname. So it was a good experience for me. Like my peers already said, we are now part of a network of professionals with different and varying professional expertise. But we can now work together, get advice from each other, rely on each other for support when you need it. And I'm hopeful that it's not for just this cohort, but that the fellow cohorts could join in it, and we could be a part of a bigger network in the region so that we could work together and really be an agent for change, because that's really what we need. I would especially like to thank our facilitators, Craig and Chris and Stacy, who sometimes really had to almost put a stick on us. Craig even got a nickname, Cranky Craig. But sometimes we needed that push to get things going. Like Chris said, we are very busy people. We have a very busy career. So sometimes you need that push to just keep going and do the work. But it really, we're reaping the fruits of that now. And I believe that this definitely is not the end for us. Thank you.